Good morning, everyone. It's Marissa Laughlin here and Sharon Walker from Joanne's Place Health Food, and we are so excited to share with you the launch of our first official pilot episode of the Wellness on Purpose podcast. Today, we're going to share with you our mission and vision for the Wellness on Purpose podcast and why we felt it was necessary to bring to Peterborough in the Kawartha Lakes to share, inspire, and motivate you to live wellness on purpose now and for future generations. So, without further ado, let's jump right in and allow us to share our passion for health and wellness with you.
Why we are passionate and why we're starting the podcast, Marissa. Why don't you just take that and talk about that?
Yeah. So, at Joanne's Place, our mission is to really be the champion of wellness for our community. So we want to provide our community with all the tools, all the education, and any additional support outside of Joanne's that we possibly can. So that's connecting with other wellness professionals, whether that be a naturopath or a physiotherapist, a trainer, whoever that might be. We really realize that, one's wellness journey it's encompassed with so many different pieces, not just coming in and buying a supplement, not just getting on a specific diet. It's our entire community coming together to really help them progress. And like you said, there's so much information out there that, it comes from every direction. It's coming from their pharmaceutical companies. It's coming from the supplement companies. It's coming from people who are big, leaders in our community as well on social media. So we want to make sure that we have the right information from our experts in our community for our members and in our community to actually make a difference in their wellness journey, because I know myself, it's not hard to fall off that journey and it's not hard to get redirected. There's just so much information, and even as a nutritionist, there's so many things evolving. So it's easy to be like, okay, am I making the right next step? Do I have everything, thought out a little bit more than just jumping on every bandwagon that I see? So I think our mission with the podcast is really to put the right information out there that's going to make an impactful change on your journey so that you're actually making progress, and that will entitle to keep you on your wellness journey as well, and not feeling like you have to fall off and start over or find a different option. It's continuously moving forward that way.
Absolutely, I agree. And I believe when our founder, Joanne Fillet, started, and Margot, our owner now, who's carried on, one of the things they really wanted to make sure of was that wellness was accessible to people. And Joanne, when she started out in 1976, health food was really just such at the beginning stages. And for us to be able to have professionals that work in our community come be part of our podcast, be able to offer their expertise, let's say, in their field. We have a lot of customers who come in, they don't even know where to start, or they don't really know how accessible these professionals are to help them on their wellness journey. So for them to be able to even start here by listening to the podcast, hearing what a chiropractor could do, what a massage therapist could do, what a naturopath could do for them, and then they can start to explore those options to expand their wellness, their journey of wellness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
So what kind of experts are we looking for our podcast, Marissa?
Really anyone in Peterborough and the Kawartha Lakes, or anyone, Lindsay area that's really is the expertise in their area. So whether that's fertility, whether that's hormones, a physiotherapist, we want to, hopefully get a chef on here to talk about food prep,
nice.
Massage therapists, clinical testing, different things in why you would do the testing when you see a naturopath or whoever you might see. But also those people who have really gone through the struggle of a wellness journey and overcame that. Someone who is willing to share their journey to inspire other people to keep going. So, maybe it's a major weight loss journey, or maybe it's recovering from an eating disorder, a chronic illness, whatever that might be. Somebody who has really live the experience or is really educated in the piece on what are the main focuses on how you can start to take your journey in the right step depending on what health concern you're trying to target.
For sure. And I think having the experience that we've had working on the retail floor at Joanne's Place, where we hear these stories, they come in and as staff we're inspired. So to be able to offer that to just a greater community so that they can hear those stories, so that it touches somebody who, maybe has felt like, I can't do this, but we're going to be able to give you practical steps, whether it's 3 tips, 5 tips, to say, okay, I'm going to take that one piece and that's what's going to start my journey to wellness. Mm-hmm. So how often are we going to offer these podcasts?
So we're going to have, hopefully, definitely a podcast at least once a month. So we hope to grow from there, but once a month to start. And it'll be a different topic every month. So it'll be a different professional. It'll be a different niche that they are really the expertise in, so that we can give that different information each time.
Absolutely. That's going to be so great. And who would you say this podcast is for?
It's for everybody. It really is for everybody. Whether you are a mom at home just looking for tips on health and wellness, whether you're commuting to Toronto or anywhere, Ottawa, whatever that might be, you're at the gym, wherever your life is right now, I can guarantee you that you are going to learn something from listening to at least one of the episodes of the podcast, regardless of where you are on your journey. And it could be as simple as drinking water. It could be, taking a different multivitamin. It could be something that you may not even think could make a big impact, but I can assure you that you will have some type of takeaway from every podcast you listen to.
Yeah. And if there is a professional that's out there listening in our community who really feels like, wow, this is a podcast that I can get behind. This is something that I want to be part of. How would they get in touch with us?
Yeah, I think what's great about Joanne's Place is a lot of those professionals are regular shoppers at Joanne's Place. So we see them on a regular basis. So, if you're in the store and you see myself or Sharon, you can always connect with us directly and we can set you up. But the other option would be emailing community@Joanne's Place, and we'll put that in the notes as well. But any way to contact us that way, and we can kind of run through what our expectation of is the podcast and how we can really help evolve you and your story on the podcast as well.
That's awesome. So what do we have coming up for the first podcast?
Our first podcast, we are interviewing Margot Hudson. So she is one of our owners of Joanne Place, and she's done so many amazing things in the community, and we can't wait just to share it all. I'm sure many people know already about how great Margot does for Joanne's Place and our community, but we can't wait just to get that out to everybody and share her story too.
Absolutely. And she's been such an inspiration for, I would say, a lot of the women that work at Joanne's Place, and her mom before her, just to see that drive and that compassion for the community and as strong women leaders in our community. So such an inspiration, just that in itself, to hear what she's done and how they've built this business over the years. So.
Yeah. Many years, right? A long-standing business in Peterborough and Kawartha, which is really great. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great. So we're excited. I hope everybody that's listening has now gotten the bug and they want to join our podcast. So we're excited about Wellness on Purpose, and really that's part of what we're here for, is for your wellness, and we're doing this on purpose.
Thank you so much for tuning in to our first official pilot episode of the Wellness on Purpose podcast. We look forward to connecting with experts in our community and bringing you the tried and true, realistic, and impactful changes to help you along your wellness journey. Join us for episode 2 with Margot Hudson as we learn about where her wellness journey started and how she is currently living wellness on purpose now within our community.